Hi Leo, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm going to be doing a general reading for you today. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for Leo. If it resonates at all, let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear, get some feedback. This is a Celtic cross spread. It's just in 2 rows for space for me, plus 1 oracle card. Okay, so I'll go through each card individually and then I'll summarize it at the end. So the first card that came out is the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups can represent a new romance or a close friend in your life. They can represent opportunities, receiving intuitive messages, is someone who's very curious. This card is telling you that creative inspiration often comes out of the blue and only when you're open to it. Your creative energy is flowing, and now the question is, how will you express it? Spirit is saying, have an open and curious mind. Be open to anything. Embrace your inner child and believe that anything is possible. Explore a new facet of yourself. Explore your creative, emotional self. You may start a new art class, read books about how to express your feelings, or learn more about developing your psychic abilities. Spirit is saying, trust your intuition and be open to all the intuitive messages that are coming your way. You will receive an unexpected or pleasant surprise related to the emotions, your intuition, or a creative endeavor. It might be a birth of a baby, an engagement, or a marriage, a new love interest, or the offer of a new project, maybe. Okay, the Page of Cups shows you in a sensitive, open-hearted space, possibly beginning an emotional or creative renewal. You may be receiving intuitive nudges, new emotional insights, or even an offer of love or reconciliation. This energy feels youthful and curious. You may be trying to reconnect with your emotional authenticity, your creative side, and again, possibly your inner child. And then the second card that came out is the Empress. This is a major arcana card, and it came out reversed. When a card comes out reversed, it means you're getting extra protection from Spirit. So this is in your challenge position, Leo. This is a card of emptiness when it comes out reversed. Spirit is saying, make self-love and self-care a priority. Now's the time to bring your loving energy and focus to yourself, especially if you've been giving away your personal power by placing too much emphasis on another person's emotional or material needs and neglecting your own. Every time I pull a daily card, I just pulled a daily card before I started your reading, Leo, and it's talking about taking a time out to rest and recharge your own batteries. So you might want to have a peek at that. I just posted that. But yeah, Spirit is saying it's essential that you fill up your cup and care for yourself so that you can take care of others without resentment. You may also crave a stronger connection with nature and Mother Earth at this time. You may be feeling a creative block. You may be worrying whether it will be a success or if your work is appealing to others. But for now, don't bother about what others think. Okay? Spirit is saying just allow your creative energy to flow, even if it means keeping it private. There may also be issues related to body image when this card comes out reversed. Spirit is saying, Leo, learn to love your body. You may take the mothering role a little bit too far, becoming overprotective, codependent, and or controlling. If this resonates, Spirit is saying shift your focus to an adult to adult relationship. Okay? The Empress reversed challenges you to nurture yourself and your creative potential. Okay? There may be feelings of emotional depletion, insecurity, or again, creative blocks. This could indicate that you're struggling to manifest abundance or you're feeling disconnected from a sense of worth and self-love. For some of you, this card reversed points to strained relationships with a mother figure or challenges around fertility, creativity, or self-care. And with the Page of Cups, it suggests that you're craving emotional expression, but you may feel blocked by self-doubt or a lack of nurturing energy. Again, maybe you're giving too much to others and not enough to yourself. And then at the foundation, your foundation message, you have the Wheel of Fortune. This is a major arcana card. The basis of your situation or foundation, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So this card, at the core of your situation, Spirit is saying it's about change and destiny. The Wheel of Fortune indicates that you are in a karmic or fated cycle. Big shifts are underway. The foundation of the current situation lies in timing, fate, and lessons of letting go of control. Leo, you're being asked to trust that life's ups and downs are part of your soul's evolution. This may feel like a turning point month. What's happening now is significant for your long-term path. This card represents the cycles of life, a critical turning point in your life. You have a chance to make a significant change in your life. If you're going through a difficult time, rest assured that it will get better from here. Good luck and good fortune will make their return in time. This is a card of karma. What goes around comes around. If you want happiness and abundance, make sure you're sending out that positive vibe. What you send out into the universe will come back your way. Be optimistic, have faith that the universe will take care of your situation in the best possible way. Manifest your desires. Your life is about to turn in a more positive direction if you are willing to grow and expand. And again, Spirit is saying, just like the page, keep your mind open. Okay? The magic of fate and destiny is behind you. Be open to help from others as guidance from both the physical and spiritual realms. Call on them anytime you need it, the archangels, the ascendant masters. Factors outside of your control are influencing your situation. You need to accept what is happening and adapt, okay? Go with the flow, and again, tune into your intuition, Leo. Your intuition is right. Then your fourth card is the Queen of Swords, and this card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. Okay. The Queen of Swords in the past shows that you may have recently needed to make a tough decision, cut something or someone out of your life, or approach life with logic over emotion. You may have been through a period of emotional detachment or had to set strong boundaries. This energy, while protective, may have left you somewhat guarded, which now contrasts with the Page of Cups' tender vulnerability. The Queen of Swords is someone who's very fair, independent. She represents unbiased judgment, clear boundaries, direct communication. So when the Queen shows up in a reading, it's saying that you have the gift of being able to use your intellect and unbiased judgment while also remaining flexible and open to receive input from other sources. And as you lead from the heart and from the head and not the heart, you're better able to discern situations without the influence of emotion or sentimentality. You connect with other people through an intellectual understanding rather than an emotional one. You're a truth seeker, Leo. You prefer to get to the heart of the matter. You tell it like it is. You are a quick thinker and are highly perceptive. You get straight to the point. You're upfront and honest in your views, and you expect the same from others. Many people respect your opinion and come to you for advice. As a determined, independent, and resilient person, you have established clear boundaries. Some people might be intimidated by you, but once past the tough exterior, they see the softer side of you. And then your immediate future, what's likely to happen very soon in your life, is the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and it came out reversed. So again, extra protection from Spirit. This is a card about infatuation, disconnection, misaligned values, and struggling relationships. So you're seeking greater harmony and connection in your relationships. You had wished for a beautiful, harmonious relationship, but in reality you feel disconnected and disengaged from your loved ones or loved one. It may seem as if something is missing and you're struggling to communicate honestly, empathize, and engage with one another. Each time you try to connect, something goes wrong and you end up with even more distance between you. You may have unrealistic expectations of the relationship, that everything will be perfect and rosy every minute you are together. If this resonates, then realign your expectations and realize that every relationship has its ups and downs, or you may no longer be a fit for each other, in which case you may consider leaving. Seek out common ground with your loved ones and rebuild the relationship from there. Love and be loved. Open the lines of communication and be ready to hold a safe space for one another so you can reconnect on a deeper, more loving level. Be compassionate, understanding, and respectful. You may be contemplating what a loving relationship means for you. You're focusing your attention inward so you can gain clarity around what you want from a relationship. Let go of any relationships that no longer bring you fulfillment and happiness, and welcome new relationships in alignment with your highest good. You are not living by your own values, nor are you being true to yourself. You are allowing others to decide what will and what will not make you happy, when you know you should determine that for yourself. As a result, you are questioning whether you believe in what you are doing. Bring your focus back to what truly makes you happy, even if it differs from what others expect. You may be neglecting your family while you pursue more material goals, such as progressing your career or making more money. Your work-life balance may be out of whack, and you are spending less and less quality time with your family. If you continue to neglect your family, you'll find that relationships will suffer, and you may not achieve an overall sense of contentment and happiness as planned. The Ten of Cups reverse can indicate disappointment or emotional disharmony in close relationships or family life. There may be unmet expectations or a sense that happily ever after is on pause. This card can also represent needing to redefine what emotional fulfillment truly means to you outside of idealized or external sources. This moment could bring clarity around where your true emotional happiness lies and where you've been settling for appearances. And then your sixth card represents the outcome that you desire most in your situation, and you have the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is a card about sorrow. You're feeling deeply hurt and disappointed. You've suffered a major setback or loss. You're expressing your sadness. And again, this came up in the daily card. I would go have a little look at the video there that I pulled today, the card I pulled today. Expressing your sadness is part of the cleansing process, and letting it out will help you move on to better times. Allow yourself to experience these emotions, no matter how painful. Focus on the path ahead, let go and move on. Don't let your focus become blocked on don't let your focus become locked in the damage when it should be on the recovery. Now is the time to accept what happened and move forward with your life. While the pain may cloud your vision for a time, it will eventually bring clarity and enable you to put the past behind you. The hurt and sadness is temporary. You will bounce back. All it takes is faith, self-love, and forgiveness, and time. You may be taking others' words to heart, but just remember, you do not have to accept their words as truth. They're just expressing their own fears. Okay? The Three of Swords may sound The Three of Swords as the desired outcome may sound a bit strange, but symbolically, it can mean that you want clarity and release. You may desire the truth, even if it hurts, to finally purge the pain or heartbreak that's been lingering. There's an awareness that healing requires honesty, and that you can't keep carrying old wounds. This reflects a brave readiness to confront pain and move through it. And then your self-image card, how you see yourself. You got the sun and it came out reversed. So your self-image, pessimism. The sun reversed is pessimism. The sun is reversed is calling you again to your inner child. It's asking, the sun wants you to ask your inner child to come out and play. This is your permission slip to leave behind your work and responsibilities and play. You may be struggling to see the bright side of life. You may have experienced setbacks that damaged your enthusiasm and optimism. Oh my dear, my candle is leaking. Sorry. Hopefully it doesn't wreck the wood. Let me just put a piece of paper here. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second here. I just don't want it to wreck my beautiful table, my wood table. So you may have experienced setbacks that damaged your enthusiasm and optimism and perhaps led you to question whether you can achieve what you've set out to do. You may feel depressed or left out and are no longer enjoying what you're doing. Your direction and path ahead may appear clouded or distorted, but this is only temporary, Leo. The obstacles you see can be easily removed if you put your mind to it. It may just take a bit more effort than usual, or you may be too confident or overly optimistic. You may have become egotistical and out of touch with what you can achieve. Okay? The sun, Leo's own card, appears but reversed. You may be feeling dimmed, disconnected from your usual joy or confidence. There's likely confusion about where your light went, or perhaps you're questioning your purpose. However, this reversal isn't loss. It's a temporary eclipse, encouraging you to rediscover your joy from within rather than relying on external validations. It's a reminder that your light is still there, even if obscured by emotional clouds. And then your environment, or how others see you in your situation, you have the Six of Swords, and it came out reversed. So the Six of Swords could be talking about a resistance to change. Maybe you're feeling a little bit stuck or stagnant. Maybe you or someone around you is struggling to move on. Personal, going through, feeling overwhelmed. There's a resistance to change. You're going through a personal transition. You may be going through a spiritual transition or a rite of passage so that you can leave behind a relationship, a belief pattern or a behavioral pattern that's no longer serving you. This is an intensely personal and private journey. You're working in isolation to make it happen. You've identified what you must release to embrace a new way of thinking. and are now bringing it to fruition in your personal life. You know you need to make a change or transition in your life, but are reluctant to do so. Sometimes you have to push through and beyond your comfort zone. You may be resisting change and transition because you feel it was forced upon you. Reaffirm with yourself why you need to make this transition. If you're trying to move on from the past and are struggling to do so, there may be some unfinished business, unresolved conflict, or lessons which you need to understand before you can wholeheartedly move forward in your life. The Six of Swords can suggest others around you are struggling to move on from conflict or difficulty, or that situations in your surroundings keep pulling you back into old emotional patterns. There may be unfinished business, communication issues, or emotional baggage that needs clearing before you can move forward freely. And I want to mention, if you have made some growth in your life, if you have done the work, Leo, and there's people in your life that want the old version of you after you've done all this work and change, positive change, you need to cut them off, okay? Trust me, you just need to cut them off, okay? Then your hopes and fears is the Nine of Cups reversed. So the Nine of Cups reversed is about gluttony, inner happiness, materialism, dissatisfaction, and indulgence. Even when it appears that you have everything you've ever dreamed of, it can still feel like something is missing deep down within you. Reconsider what you're wishing for and align it with your highest good. For example, you might want to own the most expensive home or car, but you never get to see your friends and family, and you're pretty miserable because you're too busy working to pay for this really beautiful, expensive home or car. Maybe you've lost touch with what's important to you, instead favoring your ego and chasing what will impress others. Instead of looking outside yourself for your happiness, you should be searching within. Success and happiness means different things to different people. Do what will make you happy. If your outside world is not bringing you contentment, change your definition of success. You're frustrated that your wishes have not yet come true. Your expectations may be unrealistic, or you may not be actively pursuing your dreams, hoping they will manifest with little input or action from you. If so, it's best to let them fall by the wayside. Now's the time to reconnect with your goals and dreams and recommit to bringing them to fruition. You may need to tweak your goals to keep them in full alignment with your personal values. You may need to be more proactive in creating an action plan to see your goals come to fruition. This is a reminder not to overindulge at the expense of your health and well-being. You may be prone to overdoing it on food, alcohol, drugs, partying, or spending. Keep everything in moderation and focus on the long-term consequences of your actions, even if they bring you short-term pleasure. The Nine of Cups reversed reveals a fear of disappointment or emotional dissatisfaction, worrying that what you desire won't bring true fulfillment. You may fear that no matter what you achieve, something will still feel missing. Yet this also hints at a growing understanding. Real joy comes from self-contentment, not external validation. There's a lesson here in gratitude and emotional alignment. And then your outcome card, your future card is the Hermit. This is a major arcana card. This card represents the outcome if all is to remain as is. The Hermit talks about a period of introspection, solitude, inner wisdom, introspection. You're taking a break from everyday life to draw your energy and attention inward and find the answers that you seek deep within your soul. You retreat into your private world and experience a deep sense of seclusion and introspection. You know you need to take this journey alone or with a small, intimate group of spiritually minded people. Allow yourself the time. Allow yourself to tune in to your inner guiding light. You will hear the answers you need and grow wise beyond your years. You're at a pivotal point in your life and are considering a new direction. You may have the desire to turn away from a consumerist or materialistic society to focus on your inner world. The Hermit may appear in your life as a spiritual mentor, here to raise your vibration and enhance your consciousness. Okay, this is a powerful outcome card. It suggests that you will withdraw, reflect, and rediscover your truth. This is about listening to your inner voice, healing your heart, and seeking your own light after the dimming of the sun reversed. The Hermit invites patience, spiritual insight, and emotional maturity. So by the month's end, you may emerge with newfound clarity and self-knowledge. And then the Oracle card, Indecision. You're standing at a crossroads, unsure which way to go. The Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit both reinforce that life is shifting and you're being asked to pause and listen before taking action. The indecision stems not from lack of options, but from needing to reconnect with your intuition. Okay, the Page of Cups energy. Which choice to make, Leo? So this card marks the presence of two or more possible choices in your life. It shows you anxiously looking at two roads, wondering which would be the better choice. Yet you are standing still, feeling confused by the up and down emotions of your present indecision. You could spend days, months, or even years in this back and forth energy, all the while feeling your focus and your life force energy draining away. This indecision creates a paralysis of will, one that can keep you stuck while you're waiting to be certain about the results of your choice. So the advice from Spirit is it's time to let go of the analysis and self-doubt that have been keeping you stuck. Meditate on your options and see where your spirit guides you. Consider which direction resonates with you most, both in the process and in the goal. Follow your heart and make the honoring choice. The affirmation is, I release fear and move forward with courage and trust. I have the power to direct my own destiny, now and always. So that is your reading, Leo. I hope this reading gave you some insight or guidance. If it does, shoot me a comment below the video. I'm sending you lots of love and strength, and I'll see you next time. Take good care. Have a good November. Bye.